We've all heard it. Belts don't matter. It's all about the journey for the love of the art. But then you see those same people posting promotion photos on social media, celebrating on the podium with a new belt around their waist, proudly listing their rank on their profiles on RBJJ. And I'm not knocking it, because the truth is, belts do matter. They're how we recognize skill, expertise, and trust on the mats. So why the virtue signaling? Why pretend that it's meaningless when we all know that it isn't? And that's what we're talking about today. Why belts do matter, and why it's time to stop pretending that they don't. Welcome to the Alchemy of Struggle, baby. So this phrase that belts don't matter has been a real head scratcher for me for over 7 years. At first, I thought it was some higher level Zen truth. But the longer I've been on the mats, the more I question it. Because if belts really didn't matter, we wouldn't hand them out. Yet everywhere you look, social media is flooded with promotion pics. And I'm not knocking the celebrations. I've had my own. Look, when I got my blue belt, I was elated. And when I got my purple belt, I really felt like I had arrived. There was real meaning in those promotions. Because belts signal something important. They signal skill level. There's a certain amount of techniques that you're expected or trusted to know at each belt level. They signal experience, how long you've been in the trenches. They also signal a level of trust on the mats. People know what's safe to do with you. If I visit an unfamiliar gym for an open mat and see a 2-stripe white belt, I'm not going to be doing knee bars on that guy. The belt gives context before a single word is spoken. Check out this comment from Kaz Ari. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing your name incorrectly. It's an important way to be able to group ourselves and what we're allowed to do and shouldn't be doing to others. He mentions here how his instructor had to get on the case of some of the white belts who were attempting unsafe leg locks. It's something they weren't quite ready for. So I wonder if what people really mean when they say belts don't matter is that we shouldn't obsess over belts and that we shouldn't tie our self-worth to belt promotions. This makes total sense. And for those of you who still insist that belts don't matter, why do we get so pissed when we hear about those fake YouTube black belts? Because we all know deep down inside that belts absolutely matter. And think about sandbaggers. We call them out big time because belts matter. Belts are a published standard in Jiu Jitsu, even if it's not always applied consistently or perfectly. Belts are like getting grades in school. Sure, it's not the whole point, it's really about the learning, but the grade matters to the student and to the teacher. Those grades tell you where you are in the process. They motivate you to keep moving forward, and everyone knows what's expected. The same is true for pursuing your belt in Jiu Jitsu. And here's the kicker. When you walk into a Jiu Jitsu gym and you see a black belt, you know what it means. Years of consistent training, deep technical knowledge, and the ability to execute under pressure. And when you see a white belt with no stripes, you know exactly what that means too. So when someone skips the process, fakes it, or hangs around at a lower belt in order to win medals, it feels like cheating the culture. Because belts do carry weight, whether we admit it or not. I think what we should be saying instead is that belts aren't everything. Don't chase rank at the cost of skill or integrity. Focus on the art first, and the belt will follow. And I love what Daniel Fernandez says here, that he trains Jiu Jitsu because he loves Jiu Jitsu, and that his belt is just a reflection of that. So here's the reality. Belts matter because people matter. They represent trust between coach and student and between those in the room. The belt is a sort of handshake that says, I see your work, I trust your technique, and you're ready for this level of responsibility. It's not about chasing the belt every day. I agree, that should not be the focus. But when you get it, It's a milestone worth celebrating. And yes, we post about it because it is meaningful. So let's just stop the virtue signaling. If you're proud of your promotion, own it. If you're working toward it, admit it. There's no shame in caring about recognition while loving the art at the same time. These ideas are not mutually exclusive. And that's the paradox we need to accept. You can love Jiu Jitsu for the art and still care about the belt. So yes, while I agree that belts are not the goal, they are indeed important markers. They help set expectations, shape the culture, and keep training safe. And that belts don't matter line, it belongs in the same trash heap as leave your ego at the door and strength doesn't matter in Jiu Jitsu. Feel good, bumper sticker, virtue signals that people say, but almost nobody actually believes. And if you haven't seen it already, check out the previous video of the disabled vet who was refused his blue belt because he does not compete. It's what partially motivated this video. And if you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover, send a message to the email that's on the screen. I read every message and I respond. And as always, I want to thank the subscribers and the commenters for helping me level up this content. Keep it coming. But remember, there are others who need this message, so let's help them find it. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep up the good fight, and stay safe on those mats. Peace.